Are you serious? Over a month ago, the U.S. imperialists and their allies, the DHS, conducted a raid on poor black people in South Shore. Under the guise of finding so-called Venezuelan gang members. When in reality, it was low-intensity war conducted by Yankee imperialists as a precursor to what occurred yesterday.
That's right.
For the U.S. imperialists, that was not just a threat, that was a promise. That was a small precursor to what occurred early yesterday morning. I woke up at around 6 o'clock, because, I wanted to sleep. And as I checked my phone, I saw messages that the U.S. imperialists have bombed Caracas, the capital, and have attacked the Venezuelan people and stole their president and his wife under the guise of getting their oil. It's all about resources at the end of the day. It is about affirming national oppression. It is about asserting their dominance over the Latin American people and all other oppressed peoples under their periphery. Unfortunately, you have some people who believe that the working class in the U.S. are responsible for this. No, we're not. No, we're not, because we are in the belly of the beast and we are exploited. Okay? That is the truth. The black working class, the Venezuelan people, and the Puerto Rican working class have so much more in common than the imperialists want us to believe. And it is up to us as working class people, as nationally oppressed people inside the U.S. empire to fight against the imperialists from within. If other people believe we can't do it, we will prove them wrong. We will prove them wrong. Because it has been over 400 years, over 500 years since Columbus has arrived to this continent. It has been over 400 years since the English have arrived here in Virginia and begun the process of genociding indigenous peoples, of stealing African people from their homeland in Africa, and stealing everyone else's land and having everyone else come here as reserves of labor to build up their nation. Today, it is a superpower that wants us to believe that they're monstrous, that they're threatening, that, they'll make us buckle down. Well, they're paper tigers at the end of the day. And it's up to us, once again, to build a genuine movement of working class and oppressed people against U.S. imperialism from within. Because, once again, the Venezuelan people have a right to revolutionary violence, no matter where, whenever they're in Caracas or New York or Chicago, it doesn't matter, because they uphold the right to sovereignty. They uphold the right to liberation. They uphold the right to revolutionary violence, no matter where they are. And anyone that is celebrating this bombing and this attack on the Venezuelan people must look at themselves in the mirror. What about the people of Brazil? What about Panama? What about Cuba? What about Haiti? What about the Dominican Republic, Peru, all these other close countries that we find so much in common with that the imperialists don't want us to believe? Venezuelan gangs, remember? That's their go-to. And we must expose it for what it is. Lies. That's bullshit. It's all bullshit. And we must understand that. The U.S. imperialists are our enemies. And we must understand that. They are our enemies. And we have to fight. And we must resist and we will fight. And the working class and oppressed peoples of this world, especially in the U.S. and Venezuela, will win against Yankee imperialism. Period. Point blank.
Hasta la victoria!
That's all I have to say.
Hasta la victoria!
can't hear me? I could get the microphone on. I mean, you ain't probably wasn't gonna hit me over the microphone. But that was
Hasta la Victoria! Hasta la Victoria! Until victory! Victory always!
It's probably because I got my mask on.
I want to talk about a revolution. I want to talk about what that means. Because I think it has three portions. It has three important parts to it. We need a cultural revolution. We need a political revolution. We need a military revolution. The Bolivarian revolution in Venezuela, I think they've completed a military revolution. I think that's what they have. They have their own army. They have a capable military, right? Where are they lacking then? What do they need from us? What can we do to support a country that has its own military? I think that being in the belly of the beast, we have the honor of striking in a way that no other country can do. If we truly understand our enemy is the imperialist class of this country, then it is our duty to seek them out. It's our duty to strike them where they're weak in a guerrilla fashion, because we do not have the numbers, as you can see. That doesn't mean we're not right. That doesn't mean we don't have the science of warfare and revolution. We need to study up, we need to train, we need to be prepared for the difficulty of the road ahead. I just want y'all to be prepared. I want y'all to know that if you're my comrade, if you're of the same mind as me, I support you. Come to Puerto Rican Liberation Front. Come to the Anti-Fascist Northside Crew. Come to PDC. We will support you. Whatever your needs are, we can be family. We will work together to fight this fucking beast. Thank you. This flag, people have stolen fucking lives for this flag. Exploitation, enslavement, murder.
It is a lie!
It's a damn lie. From Venezuela to Puerto Rico.
From Venezuela to Puerto Rico.
Occupation is illegal.
Occupation is illegal.
From Venezuela to Puerto Rico.
From Venezuela to Puerto Rico.
Occupation is illegal.
Occupation is illegal.
All right, y'all. Before we get out of here, I want to say a few words about the way that this has been impacting Puerto Rico. So, our governor in Puerto Rico is pro-Trump, pro-imperialist aggressor. She has been working hand in hand with Donald Trump to set up military forces on the island and to deploy them whenever the United States sees fit. Hey! So, having said that, I wanted to make one final announcement. The next Sunday, we will be here again at the same time, moving against this imperialist aggressor right here. And we're going to be here having a protest for Venezuela, and we're going to be protesting at the National Guard building. We're going to march from here to there, and we're going to show these pigs that we're not going to stop until Venezuela's free, until Puerto Rico's free, until the oppressed masses of the United States are free. And we're going to build our revolutionary power, one brick at a time.
Yeah! That's right!
Venezuela no está solo!
Venezuela no está solo!
Venezuela no está solo!
Venezuela no está solo!
¡Que viva Puerto greatest weapon a gorilla can wield is his creativity. So bring your creativity next week. Let's think up some targets, y'all.
Thank you guys for coming out.
Thank you, everyone.
Lawrence, I met through RYR. Sean.
I just want to know. Why you stumping?
Do you live in there?
I was pretty troubled, you know. I mean, the next four, shit where they're gonna lie about fucking whatever. Why we're fighting them? Oh, it's freedom. Freedom to do it. When freedom is just dog. Yeah, I mean, I think definitely raise awareness. I think, I think you should definitely do definitely there's definitely an internal struggle within them. There's gonna be.
I'm not shooting you down.
No,
I'm just letting you know what happened to me.
Yeah. But yeah, again, I think people kind of take a over one-sided kind of idea of shit. Right. Like it's either unions have no issues at all and they're totally proletarian, or they are there's no workers shit, it's all paid off, it's all bourgeoisified or whatever.
I know we're on camera, but why did it take you 40 minutes to get here? Do you just live that far away? Or?
No, I was.
Because I was talking to my girl, I was like, man, they live in Rogers Park or something. That's hella far.
Yeah. Well, I do live pretty far. I live in suburbs, to be clear.
I live right up this street, right here.
Oh wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But
I'm trying to get Keaton to come out and do some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
I'm Emma, so maybe not recognize
Yeah.
Why y'all stomping the flag?
Why are we stomping the flag? Because fuck Americanism. Fuck America. Fuck what they're doing, what they have done.
I'm saying the whole country.
Yeah, the government. Fuck the government.
Just the government or the country?
I see them one and the same.
One and the same.
But I mean, I like people. I like people. I don't like what our government does.
You don't think that's in the wrong message at all, stomping it? I mean, there's a lot of people who agree with you, but they still love America.
Yeah, I think there's a better flag for that. I think there's, something better than that. Because Donald Trump hugs that flag, So I'm just trying to say, fuck what he stands for. Fuck what they're doing. Fuck those pedophiles. If that's what the pedophiles love, I don't love it.
Like
I don't need it.
Stomping the whole flag.
Yeah.
Do you love America?
Do I love America? No.
Don't?
I do not. And I'm a veteran saying that.
else?
I'm a veteran. What'd you say?
You're a veteran?
Yeah.
Thank you for your service. So you have been other places and stuff like that?
Yeah, I have been. And my family's from another place. Yeah.
and we've fled fascism. So I understand what it looks like when it comes.
What about the people in a lot of places in Venezuela is like celebrating?
Yeah.
And people in America is protesting. What you think that's like?
I think we touched on that a little bit, how Venezuela is a class society, so there's going to be people who benefit from what the United States is doing, and then there's people who ain't going to benefit. And we support the ones who were murdered. We support the ones who were, being victimized by what we're doing.
How you feel about Maduro?
Maduro?
Maduro, yeah.
Neither here nor there. I don't care much for him.
Man, he a good person?
I don't think so. He's a politician.
One last question. You think Venezuela is better off with or without him?
I think it would be better off without him, but they need to solve that problem on their own.
I like that last part. I like America stop trying to save the whole world and worry about America. I like
we're
that.
not saving anybody. I mean, we murdered some fishermen and then we kidnapped their dudes.
It's probably a separate agenda, but even if it's just by default, you are saving people against somebody like that out of Venezuela.
All right. Anyway. All right.
I appreciate you. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
I'm Jake.
Carlo.
John.
Very quick.
How you doing?
We're here offering just some coffee if you guys wanted any.
No, thank you. Thank you very much.
Sugar and everything.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
For sure, yeah. Say the word. We'll be here for another few minutes. All right.
Okay.
Try to get him to talk to something. Ain't a lot of Hell City block for you as you take off with the flag. You hear that?
Do what?
Hell, you block for me as I take off with the flag. They've been saying the whole time, pick that flag up, Jay. Jay, get the flag. People coming. I just want to know why they slow from nothing.
That's what actually happens when the students get together.
And we have power that we must unlock with a class orientation, which is the working class. Because the university is set in a way where it separates us from working class people. We're able to study. We're able to kind of do all these things when the working class typically doesn't. And so, we want to bring the working class students together, and build a fighting alliance that, really challenges the old discredited American imperialist state, and build a society of the new kind. Because, people believe that, Americans are just inherently counter-revolutionary. We can't get our shit together. There's no chance with us. But I say that's bullshit.
Yeah,
because the U.S. empire is not any different from the Russian empire. It was a prison house of nations just like we are. The only difference is we're a capitalist imperialist superpower in decay at this moment. So we have a responsibility to prove the world and everyone else wrong that we can build a movement within the imperialist periphery against imperialism itself. Against the confines of national oppression, against class oppression in any way, shape, or form in the belly of the beast itself. We can do this, and it's our responsibility in the U.S. because we know we're part of the collective life of the U.S. So anyone that says that we can't do it are wrong, and we have to prove them wrong, not just because we say so, but because our practice and our, kind of orientation in serving the people and organizing the people, and particularly the class, the proletariat, is so uber important to us, and it is important that we carry on that task ourselves, within, this kind of geopolitical kind of thing that we're contained in within the U.S. empire itself. So that's why we're here to begin to prove that we can fight, that we are able to fight, that it's not different from the UK or France or Germany or any of them, right? That we can do this.
And we will.
Simple as that.
And I like what you were saying about connecting the students with the working class, because I work for the Chicago Park District and I'm a part of the union.
Oh yeah.
That's something that's very interesting, is that the union is not connected with students at all.
Oh right. And that's the thing too, is we think of unions as kind of training organizations for the proletariat. Fundamentally, that is what a trade union is. And, we are in a moment in this epoch where, many unions are tied to, American imperialism, or just imperialism, period. And that's why we have the New Labor Organizing Committee to rebuild a genuine, independent, class-conscious labor movement. Because at the end of the day, these state unions serve the imperialists, not the working class.
And that's what I've noticed, because I just became a part of it too. And I'm like, okay, so this is not.
Yeah. Taft-Hartley, the National Labor Relations Act, those are the main two acts that they use to liquidate the working class and, butter up the European sectors of the U.S. working class to separate them from their black siblings, from their Mexican siblings, from their Filipino siblings, because that's the arrangement that they set up, to become white. You're either, worse than the Negro, or, we can give you all these bonuses and dispel class life to shut you the fuck up. And that's what imperialists have established for years, in order to keep us divided,
honestly,
to maintain national oppression of these sectors of the working class here in the U.S. It's not any different from the Russian Empire, where you had Georgians and Belarusians, and other oppressed peoples under the Tsar monarchy who, were being displaced from their countries, inside Russia. And, we must understand that for once and for all. It was military feudal imperialism with Tsarist Russia. The U.S. is capitalist imperialist oppression. And it's not chauvinist to say this. This is the fact. This is the fact, and we must kind of bring this to the fray, to the masses, through our work, in the labor sector, in the community sector, in the student and youth sector, and we have to do that ourselves, and we have to rely on the power of our class here here, not anywhere else, here, to, you know, be a threat to truly, you know, like destroy the bourgeoisie once and for all, to truly liberate the class, to liberate the oppressed of the U.S. Simple as that. And, you know, it's, once again, this is not some sort of, you know, kind of newfound observation just because we're saying it. This has been true. You know, the imperialists are under decay. That's why they're doing all of this, because they know that they cannot uphold itself. Chinese imperialism cannot uphold itself. You know, they, you know, wave the red flag to oppose the red flag, right? They use revolutionary language in order to, you know, kind of quell any kind of, you know, opposition, you know, to the revisionism that has betrayed the Chinese people since 1976 after Chairman Mao's death. And so, you know, Russian imperialism, you know, is tied to this as well. You know, they are battling with each other, you know, for a redivision of the world and of the world's resources, at the expense of the Chinese working class, of the Russian working class, of the oppressed working class, you know, under the former Tsar Empire, you know, the oppressed masses and the proletariat of the U.S. And everywhere else. And we must fight against that. You know, it will take years to really, you know, combat these antagonisms once and for all for a society where it is not based on class divisions, where it's not based on anything of the sort. And under proletarian leadership, is that possible? Is that possible? Because the proletariat is the only class that can be able to liberate and abolish itself at the end and liberate the world. Not another nation, not this nation or that nation. You know, it's the class that will liberate itself. And that is what we will do.
I mean, yeah, I mean, some of them still, I mean, a lot of people
so, you know, I can get you tapped in.
I gotta tap in with the student movement, yeah, because I want to go back to school, and I want to start organizing with students, and even though
most people just say, even if he's a bad person anyway, just didn't let it get coming.
Yeah, well, what other kind of issues do y'all think are important?
I mean, I think a lot of issues is important, but we here for this one, and then, like, why stomp the flag?
You know, we think, you know, we don't stand for U.S. imperialism. We don't believe in.
But that flag means a lot to a lot of people, not just the Americans you might don't agree with. So, I mean, you have people who feel just like you, but they pro-America, then they see you doing that. It's like, I just think that's a bad look.
Sure. I mean, we don't really agree, you know. We're not pro-America, you know.
I'm saying, is it just the regime, the government, or is it just the whole country, just like a regular citizen like me?
Yeah, I mean, I think the same question can be said for Venezuela, you know.
No, I ain't saying it, I'm just asking you what you mean when you say you're not pro-American.
Yeah, I mean, we stand for, you know, the workers of the whole world, not the government of any one country. The same thing, you know, like I was talking about with, like, Maduro, right? Like, is Maduro a good person? Like, no, I think he sells out the people of Venezuela all the time. He sold them out to Russian imperialism, right? And the people of Venezuela, since the so-called, like, Chavista regime has been in control of the government, has been exploited by Russian capital, Russian, you know, exploitation. But we don't think that means that it should now be exploited by American imperialism, right? We believe that the workers of Venezuela should run Venezuela. We believe the workers of the world should run the world, right? Just like we don't. So
no government.
We believe ultimately in the abolition of the state, right? We believe in a stateless, classless society where workers run the world.
Why was the American flag the only one stomped in? There goes 3 flags over there. He got a flag. I mean, if you against it in its entirety, why are you only stomping that flag?
We believe that there's kind of like, so right now, right, we're against the existence of states in general, but the reality is that states do exist right now, right? And there's a division in the world between oppressed nations and oppressor nations, right? We believe that.
Because it got to be oppressed people in Venezuela too, right? People ain't celebrating for no reason.
So
The very thing it sounds like y'all saying we should do to our government over here in America is all America just did to Venezuela.
We believe that it's different, right? It would be one thing if the people of Venezuela rose up and overthrew their government, right? That would be one thing. We would support that. But it didn't. The U.S. came in. They killed hundreds of civilians, right?
Yeah.
And what are they doing there? It's not a secret. Trump says outright. What are they there to do? They're there to extract the oil, right? It's not a matter of what I think. It's what
I'm asking what you think because I'm talking to you, not
for sure.
Trying to tell you tell me what Trump thinking. I'm asking you what you think.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying it like that.
For sure.
I'm not against you. I just ask. I guess you could call them tough questions. I just try to see what be really going on, and then as far as. Like I said, I'm not against you about that. I just think that's too much. I think that's sending the wrong message. I don't even think that's a good way to get more people with you. That flag means a lot to a lot of people. Like I know people who serve, and you know it goes on. And the amount of soldiers who done died, the amount of people who done died, you know, like that's why I be trying to see where it's the anger directed at. It's the anger at the government, or is it just at America as a whole?
For sure. I mean, it's at the government. It's at the ruling class, you know, and we believe that flag like ultimately represents the ruling class, right? You know, I have family members. I have loved ones who served as well. A lot of them have been shoot up and spit out. You know, a lot of them, you know, they go and they serve and they're forced to do horrific things that they regret for the rest of their lives. They're riddled with trauma. They're riddled with injuries. And what does the U.S. government do about it? They give them piss poor benefits, if you can call them that. And a lot of them end up starving on the streets. A lot of them end up in dilapidated housing or sleeping in tents on the streets, begging for money. So I think, you know, a lot of these people who have served, also they look at that flag and they don't see that like they're being represented by that flag. They see a flag that, you know, rich people who've never fought in a war have sent them overseas to murder children, to murder women, to murder unarmed civilians, for them to be shot, for them to be injured. And they come back and they get nothing for it.
Would it be wrong for Americans to start burning up Venezuelan flags? How would you feel about that?
I think that it's like I said earlier. I think it's a different situation. Venezuela is an oppressed nation, whereas the U.S. is an oppressor nation.
So how, if they're an oppressed nation, how is the Trump regime not helping? How are they not doing the right thing then?
Because the Trump administration isn't seeking to free Venezuela. They're seeking, it's an inter-imperialist conflict, right? The Russian capital has been dominating Venezuela, has been extracting Venezuelan oil and exploiting Venezuelan labor. The goal of the U.S. government isn't to end that exploitation. It's to establish their own capital controlling Venezuela so they can extract the oil.
So that's what I was saying. You just feel like we're there for the oil.
Yeah, we're there for the oil and we're there to exploit the labor, right? The Venezuelan labor is much cheaper than American labor, right? So while economic crisis is on the horizon in the United States, as workers are demanding higher wages here, right, they can rely on labor in Venezuela and in other colonies and semi-colonies around the world, pay them poverty wages that we can't even imagine, wages lower than anyone here could even dream of working.
So how you think it's gonna happen? So how you think it's gonna happen? You think we'll ever get them back full control over Venezuela, or you think we'll be there forever?
Because
Sorry, repeat that.
I said, do you think they'll ever be free of Americans now, or you just think that we'll be always there and always have our hand in the pot type of thing?
I think that the death of imperialism, the death of U.S. imperialism is inevitable, but it relies on the masses themselves to overthrow it, right? The masses themselves have to organize, have to mobilize, and have to overthrow imperialism and establish...
How are the people supposed to do that? I know you can say like there's more of us and all this type of stuff, but the technology and the things they got, even using like what happened in Venezuela as an example and seeing how swift and brutal the United States military really can be, how are we supposed to do that? How do the people supposed to do that just off sheer numbers?
I think that the technology and instruments of war are paper tigers. You know, these instruments, they require people to man them. They require people to use them and to deploy them, right?
So you saying even our military should help us? That's basically what you're saying?
I think that we will see eventually that people from the military will like abandon posts and will come to the people's side, and some of them won't. And I think that like the reality, the inevitability, it's not something I want, but just something that's inevitable, is that a war will have to be broken out between one class and another, between the ruling imperialist class and the working class, and it will be violent. You know, again, it's not something that I want. It's not something that socialists, broadly speaking, want. But it's not something that we control, right? The imperialists, the capitalists, they exploit us. They commit social murder every day, if nothing else. They force us into poverty. People starve. People die of lack of medical care, lack of housing every day. And then we see pigs killing us on the street. We see the CIA assassinating people.
What is a pig?
Huh?
What's a pig?
Pig is a cock. You know what a pig is.
I know what a pig is. I thought maybe you were saying it like white persons. You know, it gets used two ways as far as that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
No. So it ain't no other way to get through this and to find no type of common ground like through talking or mutual respect or anything like that. Like, why always got to be these like violent endings that everybody see that is just gonna be the worst thing that ever happened to our country? Why is there no other type peaceful resolution or nothing we can do or no way we can come together to get all this dealt with peacefully? Why always got to be these horrible endings?
You know, Hassan Kanafani was a leader of the Palestinian revolutionary movement. He was asked this question once: why can there be no peaceful conversations between the Palestinians and the Israelis? He said, what conversation is there to have between the sword and the neck? Right? The ruling class...
I mean, that sounds dope, but... it's still just like that in the conversation without really getting into the conversation. You actually saying ain't shit to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I think people need to be more willing to talk. That's the whole thing I got with the stomping the flag, because I think the best thing you could do is try to have conversations with people who disagree with you or people feel differently, but nobody probably even going to give you that opportunity to feel like that if they just happen to show up to one of these things with the intentions of talking and having a conversation. As soon as they come up here, y'all stomping the shit out of American flag. It just kills the whole thing. It makes you look violent. It makes you look bad in a lot of ways, respectfully.
For sure. And you know, I think, you know, we're fully willing to, I mean, feel like we have some disagreements, but we're sitting here peacefully talking.
Oh yeah, but I'm just a journalist, you know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about like maybe somebody who was a Republican, who was pro-Trump, who was basically all the stuff you protesting against. I don't think they look too willing for that person to feel like, okay, this is a guy I could come up and talk to and have a genuine conversation with y'all, with them stomping the flag.
Yeah, I mean, I think just like regular people, you know, we're always willing to have conversations. You know, we were at a thing a few months ago protesting against police violence at this like baseball game that this cop had like killed a kid over in West Humboldt Park, and we were protesting that, and some guy came over. He was like a Trump supporter, and he started kind of heckling us for a little bit or whatever, and I just brought him to the side and just had a conversation with him, and we established common ground. We were like, look, man, like, you know, they killed this kid because they said that he had a gun on him, but he wasn't pointing a gun at nobody. He wasn't shooting nobody. He wasn't dealing any drugs. He didn't, huh?
Did he have a gun?
They say that he had a gun, but we haven't seen a gun on the body cam footage, and they haven't released anything. So, but nonetheless, we were like, even if he did have a gun, you know, I support the Second Amendment. He was like, oh, you know what? I support the Second Amendment too. And we're like, see, like, it's not right. Like, just because somebody has a gun on him, even if he did have a gun, that's not a reason to kill somebody. He was like, yeah, you're right. That's fucked up that they did that. you know, and we shook hands and
killing kids, but
yeah, and that's the thing. Like, we're willing to have like a conversation with y'all. We're willing to have a conversation. Anybody who wants to come have a conversation with us, who's just like a regular person. But it's another story when it's these politicians, when it's these cops, when it's these agents of the state who enact violence on people like us all the time. Because even these like political disagreements that we have, like people like us, you know, we have more in common, right? We go to work every day. We have families. We have to pay rent or whatever. These cops, they have their boot on our necks, you know. And these politicians, they make a living off exploiting us. Our bosses, they make a living off exploiting us. You know what I mean? These CEOs and shit, you know. There's no conversation to be had with us because they commit violence against us every day. It might be a little covert, it might be a little sneakier kind of violence, but when they starve us, when they steal our wages, when they come into our neighborhoods and kill our kids, you know, lock us up for bullshit, trumped up charges, they're committing violence against us, and we don't have any interest in having conversations with them. And it's just like you're like, you know, you guys are peaceful. That guy at the other protest was peaceful, but if somebody ran up on us and started like punching one of us, we're not gonna have like a conversation with them. You know, we're gonna throw down.
Don't nothing violent happen like physically, but no, I guess it's just what's your definition of a peaceful protest? I mean, I understand that people got the First Amendment and all that, but I don't know. I could say don't nobody be getting hurt, but I don't know if I classify it as peaceful either.
Yeah.
What be getting said and the amount of division that be getting spread, that's just what I be having a problem with personally. I don't really be trying to challenge what nobody believes and nothing like that. I just be trying to have a conversation, but I just be trying to see like what's the solution. A lot of these protests and events and stuff we go to, respectfully be sounding like a lot of complaining, getting people all riled up about how bad it is, how it's always been bad and always gonna be bad, but it ain't really a lot of solutions. So people just leaving angry and divided and pissed off, and sometimes I honestly feel like it hurts more than it helps.
For sure. I mean, a lot of them do. A lot of them don't offer like any solutions or anything, you know. I mean, we see a lot of what we call opportunists coming in, you know, just trying to get people to show up to their shit, to donate money to their orgs, you know, get the internet clout or whatever. We think that's bullshit, you know. We believe that like there do need to be solutions. We believe that people need to organize. We believe that people need to be putting forward demands, and people need to fight for those demands. And you know, we do believe that it has to be a fight. It has to be a conflict because people don't, you know, these people, they don't.
What people?
The government, the pigs, the bosses, the landlords. They don't listen to reason, right? Yeah, I'm a communist. You know, I'm a Marxist. I
ain't here to judge nobody. Go ahead, I'll just ask the question.
Yeah.
My journalist thing, I ain't judging.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure you don't get that answer a lot, but you know, I'm here to be honest.
Not in that way either. Like, this for the show.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I said, you with anybody?
I'm with the People's Defense Committee.
The People's Defense Committee. Oh yeah, that was on the flyer.
Yeah.
So y'all ain't never been to Broadview? The facility over there?
I've personally never been to Broadview. You know, I know a lot of people who have. We do work mostly in the neighborhoods, you know, around here. Because that's another thing, right? Is a lot of these orgs will like, they'll go talk to people and they'll be like, let's go 35 minutes away and like do stuff there. We believe in organizing people where they're at, right? There's tons of problems in Humboldt Park, tons of problems in Garfield Park and stuff, tons of problems in Little Village and stuff. We believe in organizing people where they're at and building networks, building community, and building organization. And
also like fighting against the gang violence and stuff like that? Or just like from like a federal government level?
You know, we're not doing anything like directly against like the gangs and stuff. We believe that gang violence is bad, right? We believe that it creates artificial divisions among the people, right? Same thing I was saying earlier, we have these disagreements, but we have more in common than not, right? I think a lot of these people, they get sucked up into gang life.
You think that's all of us, or is that just like Democrats and people on the left and black people and brown people? Or do all of us got more in common than not?
I think workers, the working class has more in common than not, right?
Okay.
And that's regardless of where you're from, the color of your skin.
I like that.
Yeah. You know, so I think that, you know, the gang stuff, it creates artificial divisions. But there's also, you know, we see that there's like, you know, a material basis for these things, right? And especially if we look at like the history of like how gangs were formed, a lot of them, you know, back in like the 40s, 50s, 60s. Yeah, for sure. And then they were infiltrated by the government, by the pigs. They brought in the guns, they brought in the crack, they brought in the dope, and divided them up, you know. So, I mean, in that sense, we believe that we need to overcome these issues of poverty, these issues of like drug addiction, of drug distribution, and band people together, you know.
I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear about the Venezuelan march they had downtown somewhere?
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did they get around? What did they use to market?
I mean, people usually just use like Instagram and stuff, you know.
They
it's like
got
the main thing.
down kind of quick, right?
Yeah. The orgs that put that on are like huge orgs that have been around for like decades, you know. So they have kind of like, yeah, they have like a lot of clout, and they have a lot of members, you know.
Yeah, because I asked them, I said, well, I don't know how they got together, and all of them got down there real quick.
Yeah.
Nana was there.
Yeah, I mean, like PSL and Carper and stuff, I mean, they have like hundreds of members, you know.
What it is, PSL?
PSL, yeah, the Party for Socialism and Liberation, and Carper, the Chicago.
What's that, like .org?
I think that's like Liberation News. Yeah, PSL.org, they have a website. Whatever, I don't really fuck with those people. We don't really fuck with those people.
This was on the activist site.
Yeah.
Is your organization a job? Like that's where you work?
No. I work just like a regular job, you know what I mean? We don't. None of us get paid to do this. You know, we just do this because we believe it's right. We believe it's what's necessary.
That's respectful.
For sure.
We're hearing a lot of stuff about paid protesting and stuff. Do you think that's really a thing? Or you think you got people who maybe feel one way, maybe some counter protesters or regular protesters? You think it's actually people getting paid to do the type of work you do for free?
I think some people. I mean, a lot of these kind of like opportunist groups I was talking about earlier. A lot of these NGOs, you know, get paid to do it. But I don't think they're the main force. They're not the majority. You know, I've been doing this a long time. Most people I know don't get paid, and
so you ain't just started doing this when all this ICE stuff came about.
No. I've been doing this a long time, like a decade.
Oh, that's what's up. Appreciate you, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To us.
Yeah, for sure. Y'all take it easy. Much respect. Emma, nice to meet you. Jake, nice to meet you.
Great seeing you. What is your name?
My name's Jake.
Jake, I'm Hayes.
John.
John, nice to meet you, John. Take it easy. Have a good day.
You guys take it easy.
Yeah, you too.
Venezuelan. They're happy as fuck right now. You guys have no idea. They were eating out of garbage cans. They had to kill their pets in order to eat. They said the food would run out of the grocery store. They said, come back next week. People have no idea what socialism is. If I had fuck you money, I'd give people first one-way tickets to any communist socialist country so they can understand the benefits and how good they have it here. Because people have no idea why people are celebrating in Venezuela. People were shot and killed for having a different opinion, for trying to be free. We take it all for granted here.
Respect, man.
You take it easy.
Damn, he for real. That's what I'm saying. Why people in Venezuela? He looks Venezuelan or something.
You want to go to the ICE thing?
Better well go to the
Dom, the lake, the ice about to break over there.
Oh, where that lady was at?
Where they was standing on the pond over there with the ice.
Hey, I know what you're talking about. That right? That lady and her daughter.
The ice skating on the water we seen.
Why they stomping the flag though? Look at all this shit on my shoes, bro.
Yeah, you had to use some snow.
Look, there's more on your shoes.
Yeah, man, you did that. I'm going here, put some ice on the snow over here.
Damn, man. This on North Avenue and Humboldt.
All right, come on, I guess. Rubber mats.
I don't know why they was doing that.
Okay, we're gonna go. We've seen some people ice skating on a pond, so we're gonna go down there. I'll see you guys on the next one, probably in the next 10 minutes. Thanks for logging in. You guys enjoy the day.